What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Two guys, one mic, in person finally again. Nice to have you guys over. Nice to see you guys again.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a good one. Our Christmas was real nice. We did Christmas Eve with her family, Christmas with my family, took the kids to movies. It's real nice.
What movie?
That new Puss in Boots.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, it was. There were definitely some adult jokes in that movie too.
Was it? Well,
yeah, there were. I mean, there
look
were
at the name, you know.
There were a few times where the parents in the crowd went, "Whoa!" But it was a good movie.
I like Puss.
I know you do.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever.
he's a good character.
He is. It was a good.
Yeah.
It was a good.
It was
movie.
when he was a baby too, right, and all that.
No, he's down to his last life of his 9 lives.
Oh, that's how it works. I've never watched the movie.
Well, you got kids now. You'll pick it up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You'll catch up quick. This week we're doing a little something different. The NBA went through and renamed all of their awards, their trophies, or whatever. So my man Josh had a good idea that we should go through and try to rename the NFL awards based off of former players and whatnot. So go ahead, my man. You can take it away.
Yeah, I can't take all the credit obviously here, but I do watch the Kelsey Brothers podcast. I forget what it's exactly called. New Heights. New Heights is their podcast. So they had this idea of figuring out who in the NFL would be the best, not replacements, but for the actual, awards themselves. So as far as obviously the number one
to be named after, right? The awards are going to be
named after that person for their accolades or whatever. So I think the first one would naturally be the MVP. So it'd be the actual MVP of the season. What would you guys say? Personally, I don't know if we want to go in order here, how we want to do it, but
we'll just talk like we talk.
Yeah, how about? Well, we'll let you run it first, and then it gives us a little bit more because we talked about doing this before, and then Christmas and everything happened, and I kind of got away from it. So it'll give both of us a little bit more chance to think of somebody.
What'd be interesting is next time if we had whiteboards and we wrote down our answers. So that it wouldn't be,
like in the personal whiteboard.
Yeah, and then you just 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like that idea.
Okay, okay. So, but next time, that's not this time. But it was so personally. So and I'm going to be a little bit biased, not biased, but I'm going to be a little bit with their podcast. They had some interesting thoughts for sure. So originally, obviously, I think everybody knows who would be probably the most easy answer to put, but they did make a really good point. So my MVP would be the Peyton Manning Award for MVP because
I was thinking that
because he's a regular season itself. He was the man. I mean, he put up numbers. He was always winning those MVPs. I'm trying to think of how many MVPs he's won, but
because they base it on regular season. Correct?
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, so. Obviously, the two that came to my mind are Peyton and Brady.
Well, let's say if they had postseason MVP, Brady could. But
we'll do the Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl, and I think
that's almost a lock.
Yeah,
but those are my two. I thought were Brady and Manning right away. But since it doesn't have to do with the playoffs, maybe we can name it the Cowboys Award because they do good in the regular season and then choke in the playoffs, or the Packers.
Okay, that's
the Aaron Rodgers Award because they had great regular season, and they have to worry about the postseason.
Well, he didn't do great this year. So
not this year. I know. I personally.
And they're not out of it yet. They're still.
They're still in it. Yeah.
But
chance,
yeah, I think Peyton Manning would probably where I would go with that too.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning Award.
Yeah, I was thinking those two, Peyton or
Brady,
and we just talked about maybe a Super Bowl award could be Brady, but yeah, regular season I like the Peyton idea.
So we're all locked in on Peyton Manning. So I think that would be an easy, he's definitely put up the numbers. Really good player in the regular season. Was a good postseason player, but I think his more success came in the in the regular season. So let's just jump right into the Super Bowl MVP. I think it's natural. There's a couple players that came to mind in their podcast. But I would say I think naturally Tom Brady would be the Tom Brady award.
It would be hard to go against him.
Yeah.
For that award.
TB12, my man. TB12.
TB12 award.
Terry Bradshaw, number 12.
Oh boy.
My man's got 4 Super Bowl. I mean, no, it would be Tom Brady because he's got more than that. He's got 6 himself.
What about Joe Montana though?
See, I think he would. He was another one that I was thinking of for the MVP of the regular season. Super Bowl, just because I don't like Brady and I don't want to give Brady the accolades he deserves, I would consider Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because Brady has done so much in a postseason, in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The only other one, and Mike's going to hate this, could be the Eli Manning Award for taking the GOAT down twice in the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Yeah,
he's a superhero. Kids dream to be that good.
It was tough. It was tough to see the Giants win those Super Bowls, but
I just had one more thought.
At the same time, not too less from Brady's resume.
That's right.
And that first one, how can you hate that one? To stop the undefeated Patriots and that great Tyree catch at the end.
I hated it because I was in a room full of Giants fans, but that's the only reason I hated it. Because they're, you know how obnoxious Giants fans can get. But I got another one for you who actually ties Tom Brady with the amount of rings and did it before Brady did. Former Cowboy, Charles Haley Award.
Oh yeah,
Charles Haley Award. He won what? 4 with the Cowboys and 2 with the Niners. Or is it 3 and 3?
I think it was 3 and.
But he won them. He won them with.
I want to say 3 and 3, but I could be wrong.
He had 6 rings himself before Tom Brady did.
Did he ever get the MVP itself?
No, they never get to a defensive player.
No. Yeah, so the truth is that it's the Tom Brady Award.
Well, what about if it was one defensive player that could have that award named after him? Who do you think that defensive player could be?
It's
tough.
I thought he was setting this one up. I thought he was setting it up.
What about Deion Sanders?
No, that's not who I thought. He was another Cowboys DB I thought you were going to say. Just for me.
Woodson?
No, Brown.
Oh, no.
He got Super Bowl MVP.
Listen, I like
Malcolm Brown.
No, I like Larry Brown.
Was that Larry? He got against him with a Neil O'Donnell 2 interceptions to blown coverage. He ended up with Super Bowl MVP that year.
One-time wonder.
And then signed with Oakland, the Raiders, and just disappeared.
Yeah.
And sorry if you're hearing anything, there's a tornado upstairs, so...
Larry Brown picked off O'Donnell twice, won the Super Bowl, got MVP, got big payday, and you never heard from him.
Never heard from him. I think he was out of the league in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Hey, good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Tom Brady Award would be a good, easy cop-out answer.
Okay.
What did New Heights say?
They said Tom Brady. I think that was Tom Brady. Okay.
I think Mahomes is making a push, though.
I 100% agree.
I think Mahomes is making a push.
All right. What about Offensive Player of the Year award? This is kind of more of a...
I'm telling you real quick before that Peyton, Brady, and all that whole rivalry, I could see that turn into Burrow and Mahomes as we keep going on with they're setting themselves up.
I would say a three-way because Allen would be in there too.
Yeah.
Burrow, Allen, and
Mahomes. Yeah.
But that was kind of like, this wasn't really a rivalry, but like the Rivers, Roethlisberger, Manning thing. Right, well, Rodgers was kind of in with Brady, or Breeze was in with Brady and Manning for a little bit.
Yeah. But it was definitely like the...
But I think I could see it like that, like a Brady, Manning, Breeze, where it's like Burrow, Mahomes, Allen.
Right.
That's an interesting question, too. So, what did you just say? Rivers, the first one. Rivers, Roethlisberger, and...
Eli.
So, okay, Eli and Roethlisberger got rings. Rivers didn't.
Right.
We already know Mahomes has a ring.
Right.
So, out of those 3, or actually,
the other 2,
Allen and Burrow, if you had to pick one to guess, which one would get a ring and which one, like Rivers, would go their career without ever getting a ring? Out of them 2.
That's interesting. It is interesting. Because I don't think the Bengals can sustain what they're doing right now. I don't think they can keep those teams. I think Mixon will leave after a little bit. It's going to be hard to keep Burrow and Chase. But I also don't see Buffalo keeping Stephon Diggs and all that either.
Yeah.
So I would say probably Allen would be my Rivers. because Burrow's already made it to the Super Bowl. I think he could do it again, but I think Allen would probably be my Rivers.
Really?
But I think all three of them end up with at least one ring.
Okay.
Yeah, and
obviously Mahomes has already got it. But I think Burrow and Allen could both end up with a ring.
Yeah. See, I just don't see the Bengals getting it there. I think the other two are more of difference makers on their. I mean, this just me.
They got a good shot again this year, though. They've come on strong.
Yeah,
they have.
Yeah.
So
they have. So, anyways, back to our conversation of offensive player of the year. So it'd be kind of more of a player that, obviously was, an electric player, or kind of try to stay. Try to stay away from quarterback.
I got two in mind.
I think that would be. It's hard because
I got two in mind who aren't quarterbacks and one in mind who would be a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I would say
what's the quarterback?
The quarterback would be Mike Vick.
Okay.
But the non-quarterback would be either Barry Sanders or Randy Moss.
Okay. Barry Sanders was their answer.
Okay.
Was their answer for I forgot who Jason Kelsey's answer was, but I know Travis Kelce was.
Yeah, I was thinking of Barry Sanders myself. I mean, I think that would be the pick for.
I think they might have said Jim Brown as well.
Walter Payton would be a good one too.
Yeah.
Megatron would be a good one.
Oh yeah, Megatron.
Emmett would be a good one too. Yeah. That's what I mean. You could, if you really got, you would have to nitpick everybody because there's so many people. I think.
I feel like above all though, I feel like Barry Sanders.
How about Chris Johnson?
He's a flash in the pan.
He's that one-hit wonder.
He had a few good.
He was a one-hit.
Chris Johnson, man.
He's fast.
AP
could be another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Barry over that.
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah, you would say that. All right, so
I should have worn my Barry shirt, my Barry Sanders jersey.
Yeah. All right, so defensive player of the year.
I mean, I think of defense. I think of one person. I mean, personally.
I also do too, but that's just.
But that's on the Steelers side of it.
That's silly.
So I have two in mind. I would personally say the Joe Green Award, Mean Joe Green Award, or the Jack Lambert Award. But I'd also would be fine with it being renamed a Lawrence Taylor Award.
Yeah.
Or Sean Taylor.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor.
Sean Taylor, that's interesting.
Lawrence Taylor. That's a hard one to go against for that award. But there's a guy number 11 that wears a star on his helmet.
Drew Bledsoe?
You know what?
Drew Bledsoe?
How about
he was a defense.
At least for me, for the sake of his retirement news last week, how about J.J. Watt?
I love JJ.
Yeah,
I think he was
his biggest downfall is he didn't come play in Pittsburgh.
I agree with that.
He was he's awesome.
He did so much for the city of Houston.
I know. Yeah. And did you go back and see when it started? They booed.
They hated it.
Yeah,
they did not like. It was like Philly and McNapick. They legitimately hated that they took JJ Watt.
Was awesome for that city.
They were showing. I saw a clip one of those. NFL Films clips where they have practice mic'd up, and JJ was talking shit to somebody that they were playing against, and the guy's like, "How?" He jumped up and swatted a ball. And he's like, "How did he get that? How?" And so then they were the coach was I think it was Bill O'Brien was setting it up, and he's like, "First and goal on the 2-yard line. You gotta score. I want Watt in there. I want Watt in there." And Watt comes around the corner and hit their running back, and the ball went flying. Fumbled it, flying, scooped it up, and JJ's all pumped. It's that's why you put me in the game. He was a beast, man.
There was a 3 to 4 year stretch there where there was nobody more dominant than he was.
And they had him and Clowney together.
Yeah.
Too bad Clowney wasn't playing to his potential.
Yeah.
Because that would have been scary.
I just saw something where, I forget which year it was, but Watt had 20 and a half sacks. And he scored 6 touchdowns that year.
Yeah.
A few offensive.
2014, I think.
A couple pick sixes and a fumble recovery, and the guy was just insane.
It's crazy. The other person that they did mention, and I think we could all kind of say yes to this, is Reggie White. I mean, obviously Reggie White was one of those players that was.
He did. I mean, Deacon Jones would be another one. He was the sack master. That's before they recorded sacks. He brought in the term sack.
Yeah,
but they would all be good. But I think Lawrence, like I said, Mean Joe Green, is who I think of when I think of defense first, but as a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
But I think Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White would be a good one.
Yeah.
There are a lot of. I mean, Derek Thomas would be a good one to name after.
They actually also said Derek Thomas as well.
You guys might think I'm crazy for saying this because it's an Eagle, but Brian Dawkins.
I can see that.
But I feel like, I mean, even like if, I guess he was. Would you play him over Troy Polamalu, Brian Dawkins?
I would.
You're bringing me back to my college argument years, man. We used to get into arguments in my dorm because my roommate was an Eagles fan and I was a Steelers fan. Who was better? And I said, obviously, I went with Polamalu, obviously, but I said there wouldn't be a scarier combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other combination would be throw Ed Reed in there with one of them.
Yeah. Well, because Ed Reed was, that pick master.
Yeah.
He was like the ball hawk.
Oh, Ray Lewis.
I mean,
No.
Ray Lewis, Bart Scott together.
Can't wait. No,
I love that interview there, the Bart Scott interview.
Yeah. But I feel like it's kind of like one of those things where there's multiple players that you could put in that. Right. But I feel like LT could be like kind of one of those. I mean, he changed the game.
Yeah.
They were talking about how you have to pay the left tackle to.
Yes, because of the Joe Theismann hit.
Yeah, it's just like it's a change of a game. It's kind of like the one of those players. So, all right. So rookie of the year. Offensive rookie of the year. See, this one was hard, and honestly, I'm going to be honest. I've never looked at stats of rookies.
No.
They did mention one player, and I
Don't
can't
say
think
it,
of
though.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody personally. So we didn't prepare.
So we got to really think about this one.
Who had a huge rookie year?
There's one.
Dak had a really good rookie year. It probably isn't greatest of all time. I'm not saying.
I feel like there wasn't a rookie. There was recently too. There was a rookie who was in the running for MVP of his rookie season.
There's one player that I can think of right now, that a quarterback that was crazy. He came out like nuts, and I don't know if you can think of the quarterback.
I mean, Ben went.
No, it wasn't Ben though. But
16-1 or 15-1.
Yeah.
His rookie year.
So their player. Do you want me to?
I was thinking.
Oh, you said quarterback.
I was kind of thinking Randy Moss again.
So that's who they went with.
Randy Moss. That's what I was
because
thinking.
of his stats. I think it was like 17.
Yeah,
touchdowns.
well, isn't it his rookie year when he torched Dallas?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
He had like 1,300 yards or something like that with 17 touchdowns.
He was disgusting.
Yeah, your rookie year. I mean, OBJ could be kind of one of those players. Just not his but I feel like he changed like a little bit of a. He came out like I'm
trying to think of there was a few rookies who came out and had like great rookie years and then died off real quick after that.
That's the one I'm thinking. Not like real quick, but
so you know who it is.
This is just personally what I said. They said Randy Moss.
Yeah, I mean. This one's really hard.
The one I'm thinking of is Cam Newton. Remember when he came out and like destroy? I mean, he went for like 500 plus yards like a game.
Vince Young.
That one.
Vince Young came out and changed it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was real.
What about Andrew Luck? I think
didn't he struggle his rookie year?
RG3, right?
RG3 would be a good one.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Wasn't that like kind of the end, or when did he hurt his knee?
Rookie year.
Yeah, wasn't it?
It was the playoffs in the rookie year.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have been playing because he hurt his knee at the end of the regular season, and they brought him back for the playoffs, and then he just destroyed his knee.
Wow. Imagine what he could have been.
Dude, he could have been so good.
Ugh, disgusting.
This one is really hard, though. You have to really do some digging for this one.
Yeah.
I would probably go Randy Moss because he did have a phenomenal rookie year.
It would be interesting to
Moss or Vince Young.
Yeah. Be interesting to look at stats, kind of like see who. I mean, Peyton Manning, right? 22 interceptions his first year.
He was horrible his rookie year, man.
Yeah, he was.
That's like even.
Didn't Brady take the Patriots to the Super Bowl in his rookie year? Didn't he replace? He replaced Drew Bledsoe took him to the Super Bowl and won it, right? That was his rookie year, wasn't it?
It was his rookie year. He won.
I don't know if it was his rookie year.
I think it was his rookie year.
Rookie year? No, there's no way. I could look.
It's fine.
I mean, it's very interesting to think of,
When was Tom Brady's rookie year?
Here's what I found from Wikipedia.
99.
Tom Brady played for the New England Patriots from 2000, when he was the 199th selection in the 6th round of the 2000.
Yeah, so it was his second year.
Yeah,
second year.
Because he did that in 01.
All right, so I think obviously it would be kind of hard to do defensive. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was Marino though, rookie year, that took the Dolphins to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, wasn't it? Marino
went his rookie year and then never went back.
Yeah.
Elway, I think, went his rookie year, but Elway went pretty early on too and then never got back until the end of his career.
Yeah.
What did
I
Ben,
think it was Marino one.
And Ben went second year and won it, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because he promised Bettis if he came back, they would make, and then Bettis won it in Detroit and retired in his hometown.
Good for him.
So any like defensive rookie of the year? Could you think of any? I don't know. That's
Sean
really
Taylor.
tough. Sean Taylor came out.
Sean Taylor, I feel like he was an impact immediately. Lawrence Taylor was an impact immediately.
Sean Taylor was awesome.
Yeah.
But I think Sean Taylor would be. I think there was. I mean, Palomalu was good too, but I think Sean Taylor started like immediately. Was just like a difference maker on that defense.
Right, like instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, Sauce Gardner seems like
I was thinking him
push.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, push for this. Like,
It's just hard to pick the rookie that's rookie this year.
right, because you don't know.
But I would
But
probably,
it is rookie.
Yeah.
It is
Man, that'd be a real good team if they could start Zach Wilson all year.
Jeez, Mike White, man, he's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other one was comeback player of the year, and they had a really interesting. They had an interesting person that was really funny. So I mean, the one that, which I think is a cool tribute is, Travis Kelce mentioned Alex Smith.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
With coming back, obviously after
He almost lost his life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I just.
Yeah, this was way more than just an injury. You know,
Yeah.
he was fighting for his life, and
Yeah.
to come back like that.
Yeah. They also had talked about what's his name, Barry, the safety, not Barry,
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
Oh yeah, cancer. Yeah.
He got
Cancer.
done dirty.
You could think of maybe James Conner. He was kind of like had cancer and came back.
Yeah, but that was his comeback was college years.
College years. Okay, so
He didn't really have the NFL comeback.
The really funny one, and it was from Jason Kelce. Can you think of who Jason Kelce picked as his?
At least you think it's a funny one?
Well, I mean, comeback player of the year.
Nick Foles.
No,
Mike Vick?
Mike Vick.
Really?
Comeback player of the year after getting arrested.
Man.
He's kind of funny.
I don't know if this one would count.
I'm
either.
not putting him over Smith or
Right.
Eric Berry, but it's still impressive to go away to prison and for what, a couple years? And
Yeah.
then come back and,
I mean, he was playing like MVP levels, kind of like.
I mean,
What about? I mean, I know this injury wasn't in the pros; it was in college, but he still made a comeback in the pros and a good career. Willis McGahee.
yeah.
Remember he blew his knee out on national television in the championship game against Ohio State, and he came back and had a good career.
Wow.
But I would probably go Alex Smith.
I think Alex Smith is a really good.
Yeah.
I think he's a good. I mean, all time.
Yeah.
One of the best. Like to go through what he went through and then to actually play in a game.
Right.
Theismann never came. He was done. He was done. Yeah.
He was done.
Who's some other real bad injuries that happened for people who came back? This one.
I mean, he's not playing. He's not playing, but Ryan Shazier
Yeah.
came back, walked, and did stuff for. He came back to the Steelers organization. He didn't come back and play, but the fact that he was able to walk and be part of the organization.
Who hit Shazier? Wasn't perfect, right?
No, he hit Mixon.
He hit somebody right, and then
He hit Mixon, I think.
Wow.
He like went like this, and I think it was the running back. It was either Mixon or Bernard. Might have been Bernard, Gio Bernard.
That's crazy to think.
But I mean, Ryan Shazier would be. I would like I said, he didn't come back to playing football, but he came back to football.
And I mean, his story was pretty incredible to go through that.
Yeah.
All right, so last one, Coach of the Year.
So we're not doing any more. I had one more.
Oh, yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year. It might not get much love because he was a special teamer, but Devin Hester.
Offensive?
Like, yeah, he was an offensive player, wasn't he? Special team, kick returner.
I mean, is that offense or is that special teams?
I was just thinking. I thought he changed the game too. You know.
He did change the game.
He did.
I mean,
because they should have a special team award.
They should have a special.
We'll
team
make
award.
it. We'll make the special.
So Devin Hester, we'll do that one for special teamer, all-time special team award, Devin Hester award.
Would you want him?
I had to say it. I was thinking of it.
Well, would there be other people?
Josh Cribbs.
There's Cribbs, Hester, Dante Hall.
Yeah.
Dante Hall did it before Hester was doing it.
Yeah. Patterson.
I mean, yeah, there were people were people that were like they didn't play back there, but when people needed something, Rod Woodson, when they needed a punt return, they put Rod Woodson back there.
What about him for comeback player? He tore up his knee and came back leg and came back the same year.
Yeah, he did.
That?
Yeah, it was the Super Bowl year. He came back just to play
T.O. with the broken leg.
But I think I'd still go Shazier though. But
what about Matthew Stafford? One game had almost his arm ripped off, and he threw that touchdown.
Yeah.
Comeback game of the year. But
yeah, he gave everything to Detroit though.
He did. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm glad he won a Super Bowl. So, anyways, okay, we're good
Coach.
with.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a special team award
Okay,
now.
special team award, Devin Hester. I think we should all. But coach of the year,
Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll.
I don't know. I mean, Chuck Noll. Obviously, I say that because he's Steelers. But there's Noll, there's Belichick, and there's Don Shula. I think are the ones you got to think about.
Okay, what do you think?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's tough.
Who'd they say?
Who do you think
They
said?
went Belichick.
Jimmy
didn't they?
Johnson?
No. No.
Madden.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
Didn't they? I mean,
they both had Andy Reid as coach.
yeah, I guess I can see that for them. But
and I mean, he's been.
Chuck Noll's got 4 Super Bowl rings. Belichick's got a bunch. What's this? Shula's got an undefeated season. Who's the guy? Walsh has revolutionized offense with the West Coast offense and 49ers.
Vince Lombardi, it's already, but that's
already a trophy.
Mark Levy?
The Bills guy?
Yeah. He made
Tom
it
Landry.
to 4
I mean, Tom Landry.
That's impressive enough.
Wade Phillips.
Tom Landry's a legendary coach.
It's going to be Dan Campbell here soon.
Bill Parcells. But I think I would go Chuck Noll myself. Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll, final answer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Bill Belichick is also a reasonable.
I think he's got asterisks on his name. He's got too many controversies on his name.
Deflategate, man. That's not his fault.
Spygate, Deflategate.
All gates.
Everything else you could possibly think of.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
I'm going to go Andy Reid, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very impressive to take two teams and be extremely successful with both teams. Now, did he ever? He didn't win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, right? He took them to the Super Bowl.
4 straight NFC championship games.
T.O. broken leg year.
Wow.
He took them.
4 straight NFC championship games, right?
Yeah.
But then to go to the KC and he had success with Alex Smith as well, not just Patrick Mahomes. So
yeah, was he the one that brought in Kevin Kolb and started that whole controversy between Kevin Kolb and Donovan McNabb?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about him.
How about Jason Garrett? I mean, throw him in there.
I mean,
why not?
Yeah, I'd like to be even. 8-8.
It's hard to do every year. Think about it.
To hit that mark every single year.
The Jeff Fisher Award, the 79 Award.
God. But I mean, that was interesting.
Jeff Fisher was really. He was. Wasn't that great.
No.
But he had that one Super Bowl that he took Tennessee to.
Lost by a yard.
And he just kept getting contracts because of that Super Bowl.
Well, he had Steve McNair and Eddie George. They carried him. Frank Wycheck. They carried him.
Yeah. Did he have a really awesome offense too? At one point, he was that offensive, mind, or no? I'm trying to think of the one team that he. Maybe
he might have been. That might have been how he got his gig at Tennessee. Probably came as a coordinator from somewhere else first.
Yeah, some pretty bad coaches out there. Yeah,
Nathaniel Hackett.
That guy, dude. He'll be back in Green Bay next year.
It was time for him to go, though.
Yeah, him and Russell Wilson, he should have went on the train with him.
When you give up 51 points and get crushed by the Rams, it's time to go. It's time to go.
I was going to bring something up about that game because when I was watching the podcast from last week, you said something.
And I picked Denver, too.
I picked the Rams because it was against...
Somebody said something. Maybe it was you that said something about how Denver's defense was way better and something like that, and they put up 51 points.
I think I said that Denver's defense is good, but
yeah, maybe.
Maybe you said Denver defense is good and it's going to be close, but you're going to go with Rams, and you got the Rams.
Yeah, I think you said that you wanted to pick Denver because they're a better defense, and you don't think Rams can do much. But because Russell Wilson was playing, you were going with the Rams.
Yeah. And then Russell Wilson didn't play, right?
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
He got benched.
How is he that bad, though, this year? Just from a year's... Because up until he left Seattle, he was fine. This year in Denver, he looks like...
Pete Carroll Award. Pete Carroll Award.
Wow.
I mean, he did bring Geno Smith in and be...
Yeah, I mean, look what he's doing.
I honestly can't believe how bad Russell Wilson's bad.
So bad.
I mean, you can get his jersey, a Seahawks jersey, for like dirt cheap now. It's
I would.
You could probably get a Broncos Russell Wilson jersey for dirt cheap too.
They probably got too much money out.
They would probably pay you to take it.
How about Derek Carr to Denver?
That would be interesting. Where do you think? So
then he gets to play the Raiders twice a year.
That would be interesting.
They got a good defense in Denver.
But they want to trade him.
Yeah, but then who's going to take Russell Wilson's contract?
Nobody.
And he's got too much dead cap. They were talking about that on something earlier. He's got too much debt. I saw that too. I saw a meme. It was like somebody photoshopped the Colts jersey on Russell Wilson and said "Colts Nation, let's ride."
Do you think if like he actually went to a different team, you think he could revive his career?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like he needs something.
I think he could. I just don't know what team it would be. Because he's going to need players around him. I could see him reviving his career in possibly in New York because Saquon's there. Yeah, because Saquon's there.
But
and they have a good run game, and their defense has been strong this year for the most part.
So why do you think it's so bad in Denver? They got a pretty good defense.
They have no run game.
They lost Williams.
They weren't doing great before
Lamar.
Williams,
not Lamar.
Latavius
Murray.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah. They weren't doing great even when Javonte Williams before he got hurt.
Gordon in there too was doing nothing for him.
Absolutely nothing.
Maybe it's just the altitude.
Altitude. Yeah.
Altitude. Yeah. It's like tournament.
Go take it.
Hey, stop it! I didn't even pick on you.
But yeah, I mean, I was just gonna pull up the game. Oh.
But you're right though. He ain't gonna get a chance. Well, he's not gonna get a chance to go because nobody I don't think is gonna pick up that contract.
Yeah, his contract's too big, and he's too much dead cap for the Broncos to cut.
Yeah.
Did all of our teams win this week? By the way.
Yes, the first week I think. All year, I was gonna go back and look at it. I haven't checked it yet, but
did you guys win
week? First...
No, you went 0-2. Didn't you start the year, or did you win week 2?
No, we went 1-0, bud.
1-0 the first game.
We went 1-0, but you guys failed to beat Tampa Bay.
We got
destroyed by Minnesota.
Yeah,
and then we went 1-1.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure this is the first week all year where all three teams won.
And all our games came down to the last possession too. Close.
Now
that was a good way to honor Franco Harris. I would have liked it to be in the bag a little earlier, and then have to go down to the last possession. But I mean, 50 years, immaculate reception, one on the last play of the game. Why not win on the last play of the game, right?
Yeah,
that's true. Good point.
So if we look back real quick at week 16, because I don't even remember most what was going on. Thursday, the Jags whooped up on the Jets, which I was surprised.
You picked the Jets.
I picked the Jets. Yeah, I was surprised there.
That's another Wilson not doing great.
Yeah, he needs to. I don't know.
What's his issue, dude?
I don't think he's going to be a starter again. Honestly,
somebody will take a flyer on him next year.
You think they'll get
Houston? No, because Houston's probably gonna have a top.
I don't remember being that high on him when he got drafted, and now it's really like,
I was watching something, and they go, "This happens every year," where like it was between Burrow and Fields, right? Is that who was that? Wasn't in their same draft class?
No, I don't think. I think Burrow was.
Who was with Fields? It was Fields and somebody else.
Allen, I think, was in Fields.
Trevor Lawrence, wasn't it?
Trevor Lawrence. Yep.
Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields.
Yep.
It was those two were like talked about all year long, and then all of a sudden, here comes the combine, and some golden white boy gets pumped up, and it was Zach Wilson last year coming out of BYU. And they say it happens every year. They're like, "Oh, it's going to happen to C.J. Stroud this year," and I was like, "Well, he's an Ohio State quarterback. Like that's not helping his case." But I was surprised it was. They beat him by as much as they did. Atlanta lost to Baltimore.
Detroit, man.
Which, that was my if game. That was my if game because I said if Lamar plays. And he didn't play. But, Detroit
was getting... South champions. Carolina Panthers.
Detroit was getting beat pretty bad early on in that game, I'm pretty sure. They started to make a push, but it was too late.
The Bills started off really slow at first, and then they just escalated. Man, did you tally up this week? Because I feel like
I did.
I did. I'm strong.
You did. You were number one. You did the best. The Saints taking care of the Browns. KC flexing on Seattle. This game. This one. Did you watch this with your mom or anything?
I didn't. No.
Dude, 62-yard field goal or 61-yard field goal for the Vikings to win.
I can't believe he won that.
We watched that game. That was nuts. It was a real good game.
Yeah, it was interesting. I saw a stat the other day. It was like 60-plus game winners in the last, I don't know, however long, but like there's been 4 of them, let's say. 3 of them have been against the Giants.
Yeah.
60-plus game winners.
Man.
Another one was Justin Tucker.
Oh, that's probably the one. Yeah, against Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were showing a stat that in one possession games, Minnesota was like 7-0, and the Giants were like 5-1-1 or something like that. Like it was really close.
Yeah.
And Minnesota pulled it off.
That was a good game, though.
Yeah, it was a real good game.
It was good.
Real good game. I mean, not for the Minnesota haters, but it was still a good game. Cincy tried to give this game away.
Yeah.
They really did. They fumbled. Jamar Chase fumbled at the end, and literally the next play, Ramon Stevenson fumbled it. Like
the guy.
The Patriots just can't get out of their own way. The upset of the week I called this week, where it's right here. I think you did too, right?
Yeah, you both did.
Yep. The Texans beat the Titans.
Houston's been playing pretty good.
Titans are falling, man. I think tonight they're starting Dobbs because I think they're throwing in the towel. I don't think they can come back and win the division.
It's between.
They have still even if Jacksonville wins this week.
I think there's
still a shot,
and I think they're the last game is between.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So whoever wins that one, I think.
But yeah, they're not looking good. I mean, no Tannehill, no Henry.
Yeah, it seems like they're pulling people. They're missing like Bud Dupree's not on the defense. They have like 3 or 4 like big name starters on the defense.
Well, maybe it's just all win for next week. You know.
Maybe. If Dallas loses tonight, kick them out of the playoffs.
San Fran whipped up on Washington, and now Heineke's not looking like the savior that he was looking like earlier on.
No.
They're going back to Wentz, aren't they? Like they're bringing him back in, aren't they? It was a good story while it lasted, though. The NFC East.
Hey, everybody's still 500 and better.
Yeah.
So it's still a big upgrade from where we were a couple years ago. So.
Minshew, man, he almost did it.
I know.
The Cowboys, Eagles.
I was getting worried at the end. I was like, oh no.
I forget. I don't know if I saw this game.
Minshew Mania.
I think we were at church for the end of it. And then the Steelers having their crazy comeback. I mean, it missed 2 field goals. Like they should have really handled Vegas, and they won on the last play. Yeah, it's gonna be torture for you, bud. Green Bay pulling it off. Tua in concussion protocol for the third time this year. They need to shut him down for the year. Now it's beyond football. Now it's like health concerns. Like they need to keep him.
Sorry, fellas. I know that Christmas, was ruined for you
I picked Green Bay. I think
I did. I picked Dolphins.
I know. Yeah.
I picked the Packers.
He picked Packers. I picked it.
Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.
So he played the entire second half with a concussion.
That's crazy.
He literally threw
three interceptions. It was in the second half.
It was so bad too. It was like terrible.
Yeah, it was so bad. Speaking about so bad, Denver got whooped, 51-14. Like I don't.
Good thing there was basketball on. That's all I could say.
This game. We were a bit. We watched some of the Rams game at my grandfather's house, but most part we were at the movies and we weren't too concerned about football. And then Tampa Bay going into overtime to beat Arizona and their fifth string quarterback.
Chase McSorley.
What the hell's going on with Tampa Bay? Like Tampa Bay they're just old or what?
I don't know.
But
watch them sneak in though.
It's keeping them in the race though. These little victories like this is keeping them in the race. And then Monday the Chargers whooped up on Indy.
With Justin Herbert not having to do much, and our boy Mike now in the championship. So good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're pulling for him,
Yeah.
Our model this year was, Mike for the championship.
Yeah, hashtag Mike for the championship.
I made it.
You made it.
I haven't made it to one since Adam beat me.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
You need to join the club. You
take for granted. When you make it to one, you think it's just going to happen the next.
No,
it doesn't.
Ask Dan Marino.
Oh, it does for certain people.
I get it.
I mean, I went to back-to-back. Yeah. I won one, lost one. You went to back-to-back and won them.
Both,
But, yeah, I mean.
Well, I'm looking for my first, so come on.
It wasn't much reaction this week, so.
Yeah. It was good.
Some good games. That was good.
Saturday was definitely the better slate of games. We had the Minnesota Giants, Dallas, Philly.
It was set up to be that way anyway, just because there was more games on Saturday. So
yeah.
But so we just roll right into the next week's predictions. Anything?
Yeah.
All right. So last week,
we split there or no? I'm just gonna roll through.
Which roll through? Yeah. Last week, we had already stated that our boy Josh came out and ran first place. He did 12-4.
Wow.
Boys.
12-4 last week.
I should have even bet higher than that.
Very, very, very well done. You lost the Titans, the Giants, the Lions, and the Eagles.
Yeah, see, and those all could have been.
I can't believe you did pick Philly, didn't you?
He did. He went for cheesesteaks and football.
They should have won.
He had the guard. He had the Minshew mania, man.
Yeah.
I think he even had the mustache going.
I had the stash. When did
we couldn't see him last week, so we didn't know.
Yeah, right.
It was good though.
Yeah. We're glad you made it safe. The second place was myself at 11-5. I missed the Jets, the Browns, the Lions, the Dolphins, Jets, and Falcons because I did my if thing and I missed the Falcons. And then Mike brings up the rear at 9-7.
Wow. Okay.
9-7.
Some people like in the rear.
Browns, Giants, Lions, and then you went on a little bit of a stretch here. Raiders, Dolphins, Broncos. You did pick the Dolphins. You picked the Dolphins over the Packers, not the Packers over the Dolphins.
I did?
Yeah, you picked the Dolphins.
I told you this.
I thought I took the
Packers. Because you almost went 0 for Christmas, but you took the Bucks. The Bucks saved you on Christmas.
And I picked the Colts.
And then you took the Colts.
Yeah.
So that brings our standings. Josh is making a little bit of a comeback on you, Mike. A little bit of a comeback. He's still in third. 1 week is hurting him, but he's still in third.
1 week of only one win.
135-94.
Okay.
Respectable. Mike, you're now at 138 and 102.
Oh boy.
And I am currently sitting at 150-90.
All right.
I mean, I missed a whole week besides one team.
Well, you got 2 games. You got 1-1 that game.
Oh yeah, 1-1.
Well, this is where I jump up more this week.
Oh, that brings us into this week's games. We start off with tonight's game, which we are all going to watch here tonight. I'm glad you guys can make it over for it. The Cowboys at Tennessee.
You know where I'm going.
Listen,
Are we wrapping this up?
right?
Real quick?
I mean, like, I have confidence in my boy Josh Dobbs. All right,
Josh Dobbs is your man.
he's coming back to Tennessee. That's where he played his college ball.
Yeah.
However, it's Josh Dobbs. There is no Derrick Henry.
That's it.
I mean, like, who's he got? He got Traylon. Is Traylon Burks even
I don't
playing?
think so.
He's probably hurt. They took half their defense away. If the Cowboys don't win this game, you should switch teams.
Well, I won't go that far, but
Switch teams, bro.
I'll be worried about
They
it.
look good in
You
green.
I mean, you say you're wearing the green already. You can just switch over. You don't even have to go to Wisconsin. You can come local. You can go to Pennsylvania and wear your green.
I guess all I could say tonight is,
Good luck.
well, good luck in health.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
I mean, playoffs few
Well,
weeks away.
you said Pollard's
If they
not
get up to
playing
a
tonight.
big lead, just pull the guys.
Pollard's not
Dak,
playing, right?
Well, I mean-
Pollard's out.
And Cooper Rush is better than Dak anyway, so might as well just.
Pull them. Dak,
leave Dak in
CD,
there.
Zeke, the defensive guy. Just that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe they get up, they pull them, stay healthy.
All right.
But who knows? Maybe
So that's-
Tennessee will just. Maybe they'll make it a game for a little while. Who knows?
That's a clean sweep, which our clean sweeps have been doing fairly well. Fairly well. Then we go on to our New Year's Day games, which is awesome because we actually have plans this year for New Year's Eve. So I'm going to need a day to just sit back and
Kid
relax. No, they'll be there, but
Oh.
Aaron will probably drive, so I can enjoy the night.
So Dad's gonna be.
Yeah, you know. We start our first game as a game of the birds. It's Arizona at Atlanta. This is
Oh
just
boy,
right.
this is tough.
Can you
Who's
tell me who the
starting?
quarterbacks are?
I don't know. We know Ritter.
Ritter. Has he
okay.
done anything?
I didn't hear anything about him. I mean, obviously not. I think they only scored 9 points last week.
God.
Colt McCoy might be back.
It was not him. It's McSorley, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if McCoy's back, I think they go with McCoy
Yeah.
Right.
over.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna pull the if card.
Hopkins disappeared last week too, didn't he? Hopkins didn't do much for Arizona.
I'm gonna pull the if card. Well, or do we only get one a year?
I mean, this is kind of like one of those games that just.
I'm gonna say
Where's your if gonna go on this?
if
Colt McCoy?
Yeah.
Is that your if?
Because I
Colt McCoy?
I think he's better than McSorley by maybe a little bit. So if McCoy plays, I'm going Arizona.
If not,
If not, I'm going Atlanta.
okay.
I'm just going Atlanta.
I'm going to Atlanta. Might as well.
I think they
Horse.
got better. They're also at home. Like, I don't know what else to say about this guys. That's a head scratcher. The next game, I think this could be a good game. Chicago at Detroit.
Detroit's got to win this one to keep it in.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields, he's still good to go, right? He didn't get hurt or anything, did he?
I think he's.
No, I think he's.
He sat out one game, didn't he?
Yeah, he's playing. Should be playing anyway.
So then I think it'll be a close one, but I'm gonna go with our adopted Detroit.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Detroit. So.
I'm gonna go Detroit. Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. We have a possibility if McCoy doesn't play. We have 3 clean sweeps right away.
Could we just
Yeah.
clean sweep the whole thing?
The
You
next
know
one
what?
is
I take it back. I'm just gonna go Atlanta. McCoy plays or not. Let's do a clean sweep.
okay.
Atlanta.
All right.
Okay, clean sweep.
Then we go on to Jacksonville at Houston. Jacksonville needs this game. Houston's been playing hot. I think Houston could play spoiler. And then it will... Plus, I want to see it happen because I want weeks 18, I guess,
Right.
to set up between Jacksonville and Tennessee to actually mean something.
Yeah, and I agree. I think Houston plays better when they have to, it's kind of the pressure game. So I'm actually going to go with Houston as well.
Yeah, I'm going to Houston.
If Jacksonville loses and Tennessee loses tonight, there could potentially be 2 divisions that the winner gets in with a losing record. Because whoever wins
That's ridiculous.
next week,
The
could
South.
would
Both
be, yeah,
Souths,
both
yeah.
Souths could be losing records.
South always loses.
I'm going to go Jacksonville though for this game. But if they did lose, both Souths could have losing record winners.
That would be ridiculous. The next game, whoa.
Upset of the week.
Denver at Kansas City. Yeah, you saw what the Rams did to him, right, with Baker?
I think they could probably...
Yeah, but you know what? KC could pull away and just say, you know what? Mahomes, go sit down.
Well, I think they could just not start Mahomes and still whoop
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You know, they got Chad Henne. No, I don't think... Is Henne the backup?
I thought he was still, but...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep, KC.
Yeah, clean KC, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to go KC, but maybe Denver does play a little bit better now that Hackett's gone. Who knows? I doubt it against KC.
Yeah.
Well, it could be that case of the coach gets fired. And
right, where they have that, yeah.
It's a trap. It could be a trap game.
Maybe
for
like the
City.
first quarter, they'll come up like, "Oh, this looks different."
Yeah, they could probably hold it. They could probably hold it pretty close to them for a quarter or a quarter and a half, and then.
But KC's still playing for something.
Yeah,
they still get first seed.
It's a three-way race, isn't it?
So their starters are still going to be playing. So it's not like they're going to be like, "Oh, they're not playing for nothing."
The human cheat code, Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
dude, he's just ridiculous. So good.
Another game, Miami at New England, and Teddy should be playing.
Teddy, this is tough.
I know.
I don't know. There's just so much dysfunction on the Patriots sideline, which is weird to say about a Bill Belichick team.
What's up with all the dirty plays by Mac Jones?
Yeah, he took out Eli Apple.
Yeah.
Which nobody likes Eli Apple, but still, I mean...
Yeah, but I would have liked him to stay in there. That's somebody that they could pick on and burn.
That's true.
Come on!
Hit a gun player.
I guess he's done it a few times, though. Mac Jones to different players.
Yeah. And it was so unnecessary. Did you see the play?
I didn't. Yeah.
It was like way behind the play. Like the guy returning for a touchdown was like already past Mac Jones.
Mac just is Mac attack, you know?
He's pissed. He's just pretending it was Patricia he's going after. I'm gonna go with Miami. Teddy in Miami.
I'm going New England. I just don't think Teddy's good enough.
I'm gonna go New England too.
It's tough though.
It is tough.
The next one is Indianapolis at the Giants. I think Indianapolis just isn't good. Are they starting Foles again, or are they going back to Matt Ryan?
It doesn't matter. Probably not.
Yeah, Giants. Clean sweep for the Giants.
Yeah, Giants.
Yeah, Giants.
Okay.
The next game, New Orleans at Philly. Philly. I'd love to see an upset here, but I think Philly does it.
Yeah, I got to go with Philly. Better team.
Yeah, Philly. Unfortunately.
Sweet. Carolina at Tampa Bay. For the division, right?
Yeah.
For the division.
Dang.
I think I'm going to have to do it.
Yep, me too.
And I'm going to have to jump on the Mike Bowen bandwagon.
I have to too.
And I'm going to go Carolina.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to. I mean, I said it a few weeks ago, and this is it right here.
I have to too. I can't.
If they win it, I think they get it because they beat Tampa Bay twice, and they get it.
So that would be like ridiculous. The beginning of the year, we talked about them being the first overall pick.
Yeah.
And now they have a chance to win the division.
And Dallas would play in the first round.
And they've only won like 4 games in order to get that jump.
And they traded away one of their best players,
CMC.
Right? And I think it helps me because it's setting up right now where it looks like Cowboys are going to be the 5th seed and they're going to play the NFC South winner. And I think I'd rather see Carolina in the first round than Tampa Bay.
I don't know. I think you guys could take Tampa Bay now. I know they beat you week 1, but your defense is playing way better. They're playing horrible.
But I would have confidence against the Bucks too, but it's still Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agreed with that. I would rather Carolina. I mean,
I think Carolina takes it.
So we're all
That's Carolina. All Carolina. Carson Wentz making his return, and it's Cleveland at Washington.
Ugh.
I was talking to my cousin. He works for ESPN. And
okay,
I was talking to him. He's just a college football guy. So he just
nothing really.
Yeah. He does the tickers.
Well, tell him to get some tickets to some games.
I know, right? I should. But anyways, he brought up a good point to me last week. He's like, I'm glad the Saints beat the Browns because I just can't get behind anything Deshaun Watson's doing.
I agree with that.
And I'm like, even if I think Cleveland's going to win, I'm going to stop picking them.
Yeah,
I'm going Washington.
Oh, well, you put it that way. I hate Wentz. I'm not that I hate him, but I just don't think. I wish they had Heineke back in.
We might see Heineke halftime.
Hopefully not. I'm starting Wentz.
Okay, for Mike, I'm going to go with Washington to get Wentz some points.
Either way, it's a bad decision because if you pick the Browns, you're picking Deshaun Watson.
And you picked him.
All the stuff that he's been doing, And Washington, they're run by a crappy owner who can't even give a real statue to Sean Taylor.
And that was ridiculous.
Oh, so, who are we picking then?
I'm picking Washington, but either way, they're both.
It's disgusting either way.
Sean Taylor, he deserved this stat. He can't even get that.
Alright. So we're on to the 4 o'clock games. San Fran at Las Vegas.
Come on, bud.
What do you think? More turnovers by Vegas or more attempted murders in the parking lot?
More attempted murders, probably.
Maybe it was still in Oakland, but yeah, this is actually used to be quite a big rivalry, and there was always problems in the parking lot. But San Fran's my new NFC East, or NFC, not East, but NFC favorite.
Oh, come with the bandwagon.
Yeah, I got to. I mean, they were just pretty. They looked pretty.
They were very pretty.
And I'm going to go with San Fran.
49ers.
Yeah.
Clean sweeper?
It's got to be all year. I mean, this is the time where I let Vegas go.
Let him go.
They did my boy. They did him wrong.
Yeah, that's
they did him wrong.
They shouldn't be able to win again.
I can't do it anymore.
He's washed.
How are you going to dangle him out there to get arguably the best wide receiver in the league to come to your team, and then you bench him by the end of the year?
I know.
And he's the sole reason
why.
It was one of the biggest reasons. I'm sure the payday wasn't bad either.
But I think he could have got the payday in Green Bay, right?
Could he have?
Yeah, I think they are.
And it goes with being in Vegas, but he was dealt the wrong hand.
Okay. Dad joke. Tell that one to Lennox too.
Yeah, right.
He was though. Six coaches in 9 years that he's been in Vegas, Raiders, and I mean that whole organization has been just so dysfunctional. How is anybody supposed to succeed?
I'd like to see Carr land somewhere next year that
I want to see him land somewhere and do awesome. I'm still a Derek Carr guy.
We were talking about it earlier. That would be interesting because they play him twice a year, but I think he looked good in the red and blue of the New York Giants.
Really?
Maybe.
I think.
Did his brother play for the Giants too?
There's two NFC East teams. Washington or
he could probably do some good things in Washington.
Maybe he can go back and follow in his brother's footsteps in Houston.
Houston?
Yeah.
Maybe they're
gonna CJ Stroud or whatever, TJ or CJ or whatever.
What about Bryce?
I think I'd rather have Carr over CJ Stroud.
Or Bryce Young.
What about Bryce Young, Alabama?
Maybe Bryce Young, but over CJ Stroud, I think I'd still go Carr.
No.
On the next 4 o'clock game is the Battle of the Geno Smith. Yeah. Geno Smith revenge game. This is interesting. Is White playing?
I think Mike.
Yeah, he's cleared.
Yeah, cleared.
Yeah.
I would like to pick the Jets then, but I think, like I just said, it's Geno's revenge game. It's in Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks.
I'm going Jets. I think Mike White has that magic. He's got the touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jets too, with Mike White back.
Okay.
Fellas.
Now on to the 4:30 games.
Let's go.
This
is big.
I understand that you got things going on, but I do wish you could have made it down because I think Ella was gonna really enjoy having you here for this.
I can only imagine.
Bring your kids down.
Josh has plans this weekend, but Green Bay, his team, is hosting Ella's Vikings this week. And I had talked. She doesn't do shit talking. She doesn't do trash talking very much. She does politely. She smiles at Josh.
She does. She does. She likes me.
I talked her into wearing purple and yellow and having Josh come over to the game. So we got Minnesota traveling into Green Bay. Our preseason predictions, I had Green Bay winning this game.
Yeah.
Then reality hit, and I have Minnesota taking this game.
That's cute. That's cute. Reality hit.
You know.
Okay.
Week one
hot.
reminder.
We're hot, and we're ready to come in and take that team and say, you know what? You guys don't deserve your record. So guess what? They're going to get their loss. They only have 2 losses right now, right? Or do they have 3?
Who they lost to the Eagles?
Right?
3 losses. Okay, so they wouldn't be at the 15-2. Imagine if they got to the 15-2.
That would be hilarious.
So, but obviously we know where we're going. Come on. You know what's right. You know what's right.
You know what? I'm going with the Pack.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Go Pack, go.
What are they on, a 1-game win streak?
Yeah, like 3. No, I think we lost.
I think you've won 3. You beat the Dolphins, you beat the Rams last week, and I think
we
you
did
won
beat the Rams.
So 2 weeks?
Bears, wasn't it?
We've had a good streak because we were bad there for.
Yeah.
It's an uptick, you know.
You know what? This is why I'm at 150 and you guys are still at 130.
Yeah, remember
120
one whole week I did it.
130. The next one is the Battle of the LAs. Baker's got the Rams playing pretty well, but I'm going to go to the Chargers.
Same stadium.
Same stadium.
It is.
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going Chargers.
I'm going to go to LA. LA.
LA Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep. Now on to our flex game. Steelers at the Ravens.
Is Lamar back yet? Finally?
No, not yet.
Jeez.
He may get cleared before this game.
How would they flex this in?
But most likely it's going to be Huntley. Okay? This game should have been the Steelers the first time they play. But Mitchell Trubisky threw 3 interceptions because Kenny Pickett got knocked out.
Okay.
Not happening this time. Kenny Pickett stays healthy all game. Steelers take it. We get our redemption against them to keep our winning records going. Our streak.
That's not going to happen, Baltimore. Let's go, Huntley.
Oh, boy. You know, I picked the Packers for you, and I'm going to pick the Steelers
I like it. I like it.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
That's what I'm talking about. You get used to seeing this number this week. Cause,
if it was Lamar, I'd probably go Baltimore, but
yeah,
I don't think Huntley's going to do it against Pittsburgh.
Huntley's got it.
they knocked him out of the game last time, too. It was a low-scoring game.
I do hope J.K. Dobbins has a good game, though.
Yep, he will.
We'll see.
He will.
Steelers have one of the best running defenses in the league right now.
It's
They
different.
did hold Josh Jacobs last week for 44 yards, which was pretty crazy.
And then our Monday night game is... this should be a good game.
Yeah.
Should be a real good game.
Very good game.
Buffalo at Cincinnati. Is this when it's Rivers versus Eli? Or Rivers versus Ben? Or is this like Allen's going to take a step over Burrow? Both teams are hot right now.
Yeah. You think Burrow's a step over?
I don't know. It's tough. I think they're very close.
They're very close.
Very close. Since he didn't play well last week, Stephon Diggs didn't have a big game last week. I'm going to go with Buffalo in an overtime thriller.
Oh, I like it.
Buffalo overtime.
I'm just going to go straight up Buffalo. They're going to flex and show who Cincy is.
Yeah.
Take him down.
Clean sweep. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's got a potential of a couple really good games there. Some pretty not so good games, but some divisional games.
Some rivalry games.
Big time. But, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, be interested to see. So, I guess for another week, that's 2 guys.
One Mike.
Let's go.
Peace.